Yo, what is poppin', everybody? It's your boy Jay, and so today today we are talking about nothing interesting, just the new Disney Plus app, okay? So if you guys aren't aware, I've been talking about it for quite some time, probably within the past 6-7 months. Disney is finally getting around to launching their streaming service. What I do want to talk about today is the fact that this Disney Vault, or Disney streaming service, is probably one of the most amazing yet devastating things to just suddenly spring up in the entertainment industry. And I say that because as Netflix and Disney start their slow departure from each other, they actually started about, maybe I would say like a year or something ago. Like, I don't know if you guys notice, but ever so often, like once every month, Disney decides to pull just a few more Disney movies off of Netflix, okay, and off of Hulu. So as they're taking from these other properties and things like that, they're also just archiving everything. And I'm not sure if you guys know this, but when they have the Disney Vault sales and things that go up, like a couple years ago when they had The Lion King spontaneously come back out for a remaster, and it was like, you know, digitally edited and everything was like, you know, new and pristine and just beautiful. What they did was they made everything into HD quality, and then they made it available for sale for a limited amount of time until you could not purchase a specific version. You can still purchase those movies, of course, but you just can't purchase those specific new age launch digital remaster versions. Like, those are the ones, like with the box art is different than the rest of them. That's what I mean. Like, it's a specific timed purchase that you can do. They did it for Cinderella. I remember there was one for, was it Beauty and the Beast? Yeah, Beauty and the Beast was one. So these are all timed releases that would come out. And now that they are no longer openly available on the market, Disney wants to kind of corner this area of like, you know what, whenever you want to watch any Disney property, any Star Wars movie, any Marvel property movie, you can see that here on this streaming service. Now, I'm wondering how this works with licensing with other Sony properties. I mean, with other Marvel properties, including Sony and Fox. So I'm wondering how that will work. Obviously, they have the overall ownership of it. I'm sure they just got, you know, permission specifically from Fox, and they're just like, hey, we're starting this streaming service. We'd like you guys to release Fantastic Four to us so that way we can have it on the streaming service. But obviously, ever since the buyout and everything, the only other stuff that we could really think about is the things that are already made that they still have access to, or the things that have yet to come and how those are going to end up on the streaming service. I also want to know, is this going to be a way that Disney now monopolizes, or I guess kind of like streamline their own content when like a new Marvel movie comes out? It doesn't go to HBO, Starz, Showtime, anything like that. It goes to their streaming service first. So I'm wondering if this is something like, you know, when a movie comes out, like say the new Avengers movie comes out, and then when it comes time to put it on Blu-ray and DVD a couple months down the road, like maybe 3-4 months down the road when it's no longer in theaters, I wonder, instead of putting it on Redbox or making it available via like renting, you know, digitally, or being able to purchase it digitally, they have it on their streaming service first. I wonder if that's what they're gonna do, and it's so interesting to see that. But this also comes on the heels of them canceling Luke Cage and Iron Fist. Now, I've talked about this before in my previous Defenders video, which you guys can go. There is going to be a link and an annotation for that available, so you guys can see that. With them canceling those two shows, are those shows going to possibly come back for new seasons on this streaming service? Because now that you can watch all of the Disney movies that you want, I can sit here and I can watch Mulan for hours and hours, and The Lion King and Hercules, and sing along to every single lyric on one site now. I don't have to go to Netflix for this one, Hulu for that one, tune in to HBO on TV for this one, or have to specifically go and buy this movie that nobody has on any of their sites. I can now just watch in one place. So I think that's really dope, but also at the same time, it's kind of a rip. It's kind of almost like DC doing their DC Universe package. I'm just not really particularly interested in having to subscribe to so many services. I already have Hulu, I have Showtime, I have HBO, I have the NFL Network, I have Netflix, I have Crunchyroll, Verve. What else do I have? Stars I have now, so that way I can watch Outlander. And I have DC Universe, which I'm starting up next week. That's not even including game services if I wanted to do those, like with Xbox Early Pass and, you know, like the Origin thing, so I can play Battlefield 5 early. This is just really, really expensive, you know, like between all of these movie streaming sites and stuff. I just want everything kind of consolidated into one another, so that way I don't really have to like think about it too much. So hopefully there is going to be a service that does that one day, that just takes all of these things, gives you a discount on every single one, and you pay one bill a month. That would be really cool. Kind of like a consolidation type of thing where it consolidates streaming services. I know that's probably the dumbest shit anybody has ever heard of, or the smartest shit anybody has ever heard of, but that's just how I feel about it. So, you know, I'm fairly interested. But really, the main point of what I wanted to talk about today was a few shows that have been confirmed that are coming to the Disney streaming service. Now, I know I have this anime background that is just showing all this great stuff, but listen, really, there's only a few things that I really want to talk about. And today, it is the fact that Loki is getting his own show on the Disney Plus streaming service. Now, I'm sure you guys are thinking, why is Loki getting his own show? Why not anybody else? Well, if you're not familiar with the events of Infinity War, you can clearly tell that a lot of characters either die, disappear, or, you know, just not there. So obviously there are a few characters that you would like to flush out, either more backstory or more forward story or where are they now type of stories. I think this is kind of the best way to do it. And Tom Hiddleston even has been confirmed that he is going to take his role in the show. But, I mean, that's great. The Adventures of Loki, I kind of don't want to see. I mean, I like Tom Hiddleston. I love him. I think he's amazing. I love Loki. I love the way he plays Loki. But Loki getting into his own shenanigans by himself, I mean, unless Valkyrie is going to show up, or, you know, some of Thor's other friends that we don't mention from Dark World or Ragnarok, they don't show up. It's kind of like, I don't really know what happens. Like, I don't really want to know what happens, honestly. But the one I am kind of very, very interested in is one that has been confirmed with Bucky and Falcon. With these two characters, I feel like because they are so close yet so distant from each other at the same time, I would love to see more of their like buddy interactions now that Captain America may or may not be coming back in Avengers 4. A lot of people are speculating that he dies, but that's a whole different video in itself. I am under the theory that one of them is going to take up the mantle as Captain America in the next movie. But that, once again, in its own video, I have to do that by itself. But I would love to see these two in their show, you know, like the adventures of Bucky and Falcon, you know, and it's like a comedy type of, you know, buddy drama, like good cop, bad cop type of thing. Good cop, stupid cop, maybe. I don't know. I want to see some kind of combination of that. There are many different genres of film and cinema that you could take. And with a show like this, with two characters that may or may not necessarily get along, I would love to see it like just blend really well. Almost like, in case any of you guys are old enough, I can't even believe I'm saying this, old enough. In the first Rush Hour movie, when Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan meet for the first time, they kind of butt heads a lot. They do a lot of things that don't necessarily agree with each other, but at the end, they kind of come together and they form a great partnership. I want to see a buddy cop drama almost like that, but with Bucky and Falcon. That would just be really dope. I would love to see these two bond in that way. Or They could have like a rivalry type of thing where one does one thing and another does, you know, like he tries to one up the other guy, and you know, they're constantly competing for stuff, and they just butt heads all the time and they never get along. They just are forced to work together. So I would love to see something like that. But you know, there's totally a bunch of different ways that you can handle this. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Is this something that you're interested? Are you going to subscribe to the Disney streaming service? I don't know how much it is. I have a feeling it's going to be anywhere between $5.99 to $9.99 a month. I just feel like those are the most optimal price points for entry when it comes to streaming services. Anything higher than $9.99 is really asking for way too much, unless you're providing a great service. Like I've been paying $12 a month for Hulu on top of an additional $12 for Showtime, another $9 for HBO, and then another $6 a month for Stars. There's just so many things on Hulu that I'm paying for. Anyway, so let me know what you guys think. Give today's video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Also, go ahead and scroll down. If you guys are willing to start a membership with my channel, that would greatly, I would just love that so much. Like, you guys can really support me directly. It would be amazing. I offer new perks that you can only get when you're a part of the Sama Sanctum. So go ahead and check that out, see if that's for you. But anyway, this has been your boy Jay. I will catch you guys next time. Make sure to keep it canon.